know what time it is. That prime time hour just hit. That's why our podcast coming to you live, baby. What's going on? Like always, I'm Tito P. That's my boy E. Say what's up, bro.
What's poppin', everybody? Thanks for joining us.
You tuned in to another episode of That's Why Our Podcast, baby.
Exactly what episode is this, T?
This is episode, I forgot, because, goddamn, somebody, when I asked them what episode it is, told me the same episode twice, and I went to look, and goddamn, we done got like 3 or 4 episodes of episode 26. Holy shit.
Wait, how am I getting the blame for this?
Every time we go live, I'm like, yo, E, what episode is this? I quiz you every time, bro, and you started spitting out the wrong answer.
Why are you asking me what episode it is? I can't even read. That's your fault.
But you can count, bro.
I can only count them Benjamins.
Hey, yo, speaking of counting, man, listen to this, bro. They done got the okay to start that Joker 2 movie, man.
Ooh, you know what, though? I went and watched that with some family members. If it wasn't for, and I had family members out of town at the time, if it wasn't for them being there, I legit, not even joking, I would have probably walked out of that thing. Not that it was bad. He was making me feel so uncomfortable. Like anxiety, everything was just sparked up, dude. Like for real, for real.
Oh man, the first one, yeah, it took, it didn't get good till like the end, it was kind of dragged out and it was kind of long. So I'm hoping, there's a lot more action in this one and there's a lot more telltale, about the actual fucking Joker, bro, because the dude was himself for too long. It's like, come on, man, he didn't turn into the Joker till like the last, 15 fucking minutes of the movie? That's some bullshit.
Dude, that was the problem, though. Like, them showing how he was beforehand was like, it was legit. It made me feel uncomfortable. I wanted to leave the theater. I was like, man, this is just weird and creepy. Like, I don't want to watch this.
But I guess it's supposed to be because it is the Joker. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. People loved it. A lot of people, like I said, I know it's a good movie, but the way my stupid brain works, it was like, I feel uncomfortable. Get the fuck out of here. What'd you pay for?
Yeah, man, shit. Hey, I'm down. I'm ready to watch it again. I'm hoping it goes to HBO Max or some bullshit real quick.
Yeah, I think there's some new horror movie or some scary movie that just went to HBO Max.
They got that The Conjuring. I forgot what number it
is. That's it. Yep.
Dude, them Conjuring movies are crazy as shit, bro. Like, no lie.
Hey, real talk. I'm not even gonna try to say the name of that movie because I'd mess it up. I can't pronounce it and shit.
But you know me, you know my feelings about ghosts and shit.
Yeah, they naked and stuff.
The movie ain't good unless the ghost naked.
Yeah, you need to make your own ghost movie when everybody's naked in that movie.
They ain't gonna make it, bro. They don't put that shit on Cinemax. That's the only time you can make a movie like that.
Yo, get your sister-in-law to make the movie.
No shit. I don't think she's trying to make a movie like that. I don't think anybody's trying to make a movie like that.
Right. Hey, dude, you never know.
No, they can't. Yeah, you got to try it at least once, but I don't know, man. That might be some Netflix shit.
Yeah, definitely. They got money. They'll pay you like $30 to make that movie, and then they'll make money off of it.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, do you see that video I posted when I was complaining about like companies not doing their job and stuff?
Yeah, bro. You needed to calm your ass down, bro. Talking about your tires and shit. Dude, yeah. Come on now. Like, you went on a super fucking rant on that, dude. That's why I was like, yo, you need to calm the fuck down, dude.
Yo, how about today? Some dude, like, he don't even follow me or anything. He's like, dumbass, you can't call in and give him your make and model and get your tire size. There's different rims and stuff. You really are a Karen. So I'm like, okay. So I look up my year model, rim sizes. There's only 4 different rims they can put on that thing. So guess what? The tire place can tell me the prices of all 4 of those motherfuckers, so I kind of got a range of what price I can get. That's what I tweeted that motherfucker. I was like, thank you. Are we done here?
But listen, bro, who did you say you were trying to get tires from?
Walmart.
Okay, bro. 100%. The kid they hired to do the goddamn job.
Thank
You don't
you.
know what the fuck he talking about.
Yeah. He was getting shopping carts like 3 hours before he took that phone call.
Exactly, bro. Like, I guarantee, like, he's not a fucking tire technician, bro. He's some dude that fucking filled out the application online and got the job. Took the piss test, got the job. I'm putting tires on your car today, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I gotta disagree with you. I don't think they give piss tests there, man. Ain't no, they have
Oh,
the staff gone right now.
Like, they ain't even legit enough to pay for the piss test.
Nah, man.
Nah, dude, you get piss tested, bro. Walmart, you getting piss tested, man. No lie. That's a job you getting piss tested for.
Yo, I hit him back with that. He hasn't responded back. So I was like, thank you. Move on.
But in all actuality, bro, I mean, he's right, bro. Because, like, my tires are custom. So when I call in and I give them my make and model, if they put them dumbass tires on my car, them goober-ass looking tires, I don't want that shit, bro. My shit custom. 100%. I gotta tell you my size.
100%. But like I said, on my truck, I got stocked rims. And that year, make, model, there's only 4 different tires they use. So they can look up in the computer and tell you the prices. So
bro, you could put some mad looking tires on your rims, dude.
Well, actually, it wasn't even for me. It was for my girlfriend's car.
Oh, see?
No, I was arguing about her stuff. Like,
I see why you got mad. You gonna stand up for your girl? I feel you.
Yo, the best part is that dude took that out of the video. But the beginning of that video, I was saying how H&R Block fucked up her tax thing, and she was missing $1,300. Like,
stop, bro, stop, just stop.
Yo, I'm carrying everybody up in the seat right
now. Just stop
your
head, man.
Yo, you get her money back though. We went back.
I need to talk to the manager.
Dude, I told her, I was like, email corporate. That's $1,300. That's money.
Email corporate? You did not just say email corporate.
Yeah, dude, you wouldn't email corporate for $1,300?
I mean, yeah, but
yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to clown me, but shit, they would all do it for $1,300.
It just sounds funny when you say it, man. You know what I mean? It just sounds funny when you say it.
Is it because I'm white?
No, it's because it sounds like you a straight Karen.
Hey,
oh, hey, what's going on? Radio Brett in the house, baby. What's happening? There it goes. He's connected.
I'm connected. Can you hear me?
There it is.
Yes, sir.
I come in black and white. Is that me? Black and white, giant head. You got the computer all far away. Is it my computer? You give me a crappy connection.
No,
you're not black and white on this side. I mean, you're white as hell, but I mean,
right.
No, you look good. I can see colors and stuff. Your hat's kind of blue. I got yellow in the background. You good?
Okay, good. The preview here doesn't look good for me though. So there you go.
Don't worry, dude.
Oh, damn.
Yo, Brett.
Yo.
Really appreciate you jumping on here. I know you're a busy man.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who don't know, Brent's on 2 different radio shows on 2 different radio stations. What time's your first radio station start?
I get here about 4:30 in the morning. So we're on 102.3 WBAB on Long Island. And it's a classic rock station. It's with Roger and JP. The same show, but a different station, is Roger and JP on 102.5 The Bone, which is what you know me from in Tampa. And that is on from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So the morning show, I get here about 4:30. The show's off from 5:30 to 10. So that's my day.
Yeah. The biggest thing I was wondering, what's the biggest difference between both shows, like whether it's like company wide, what's the difference? And then fans, what's the difference?
Well, Roger and JP have been doing the morning show on Long Island for 21 plus years now. I started with them toward the beginning. Like they were like a couple of years in. I was with them for a couple of years. Went on to do other stuff, and then when that job wasn't around anymore, they actually their producer who was there at the time was leaving, so they said, "Do you want to come back?" And I said, "All right, perfect timing," and it worked out. So now 7.5 years later, I've been back with the guys doing both shows. We've been doing the Bone show in Tampa for, it'll be 6 years this July, which is
Nice.
crazy. We didn't think it would last a year. I mean, we had faith in ourselves, but you just never know. You're hoping for success and to have a completely different market accept us and to do a completely different format. Because in the morning we're doing usual, music station stuff, traffic and weather, and we're talking for 2 or 3 minutes at a time in between all that with songs instead of 15, 20 minutes at a time like we do in the Bone, which is all talk, as you know. But for those who don't, and at first we're like, how are we gonna talk for that long, and how are we gonna make it work? And now it's the opposite. So now when we do the morning show, it's wish we could talk longer because we're so used to it now. And both are a ton of fun. And because we've been on longer on Long Island, everyone feels like, I guess, that like they're kind of used to us. We have great ratings in both stations. Thank God, knock on wood, knock on everything.
Doc.
So especially these days. And to be successful in 2 different markets, doing 2 different shows every day, it's a blessing, and it's amazing at the same time. The Tampa audience, because it's all talk, you're tuning in for us. You're tuning in to hear what's going on. Where with the music format, you may be tuning in for the personality, you may be tuning in for the music, maybe tuning in for both. So to know that people are tuning in on the Bone just to hear us, and it's and to be successful at it. And when we first started, hey, those New Yorkers, whatever, what are they doing? Go back to where you came from. All right, go back up north. All right, we don't need you here. But it's so, as you know, there's so many transplants from all over the place.
Did you tell them when they would be like, go back where you came from? You should have been like, you do realize we are here in New York. Like, we don't need to go back here.
That's a great point. All right, so we'll just turn off the mics and stay where we are now. So, but there's so many transplants from New York and Boston up north down to Florida. So it's a good mix. You hear the show, you hear the callers, you have born and bred Floridians, and then you got your Boston accents and New York accents, and we're not talking specifically about New York stuff. And you hear us once in a while say, hey, up here in New York, but in general, it's just we're talking about whatever's going on. So it's not if you're not from Florida, if you're not from New York, we're just whatever the content we're talking about, 90% of the time, it's hopefully going to be down the middle enough that anyone listening can adapt and enjoy it.
I will say I've been listening to the Bone before they even were all talk, when it was just Bubba in the morning.
Right.
Mike was in the afternoon. I was listening before them. I will say this audience here definitely embraced you guys. Like the show before you guys, they embraced them a little bit, but they definitely locked in with you guys. Like every time I'm listening, someone calls in and just tells you guys you have a great show or a mediocre show, what they like to say.
Yes. The little subtle things here. Hey, hey guys, you're better than dead air. You've been listening, that kind of all the little things that they pick up on. And I try to pick up on that kind of stuff too, because obviously in addition to talking, I'm running the board and listening for anytime I can insert sounds and music and all that kind of stuff. So I'm picking up like this one caller, Mike, who I think you've heard. He's doing like, fire the cannons. I play that Casey.
I think JP sounded today. I was listening. JP sounded like he was getting mad at that dude. Like, just pick somebody already.
I like it when, obviously JP, for better or for worse, has a shorter fuse than Roger or Monica and myself. I love it when callers get involved like that, or they steer a little left, and when we're going straight, they're steering left or right or whatever it is. I'm not talking politically, just moving that steering wheel where we don't think it's going to go, and that's the way I think too. So I'm ready for that. So like that caller Mike, I've picked up that he's gonna, call Monica
Yep.
Monifa on the call, and he's gonna say, I have 2 guesses. So I had that Casey Kasem clip, 2. So I'm ready for that. He always asks, did he? He didn't ask today though, but I was ready. He was he murdered? When we play Dead Guy, he's calling him for that. So I'm ready for all that kind of stuff, and I love it because it means, to me, I think of it as, I'm not annoyed by it like JP would be. He just wants to keep things moving and understandable. So I think of it more as, this guy's listening every day. He's calling every day. He knows how the show works. So if I can enhance that, and it's funny for the listeners too, hopefully, you usually get a pretty good, feedback from that kind of stuff. So whether it's they're involved with it or they don't get it at all, and it's like shut the F up and move on, that kind of stuff. So it's funny either way, whether they get it or don't.
Well, speaking of callers, man, of like, how much stuff have you dumped that has just been gold? And you're like, oh man, I wish I could have put that out. You know what I mean? Like, oh man,
it's tough, especially after you get a really long call. They're talking a lot, and all of a sudden, they're cursing on terrestrial radio. We can't, although we are being streamed, we still have to abide by SEC rules, and so they'll throw an S-bomb, F-bomb, whatever, and just.
Yeah, but you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it too often. I know there was maybe a week ago, it was like 5 of them that happened. That never happens, but you guys don't get it too bad.
Yeah, no, it's usually like once a week, something like that, where the callers and they're not doing it, cursing us out. It's they're getting comfortable and they're just talking, and and next thing you know, they're saying S or F or whatever else, and we had to hit that dump button, better for worse.
And if you're lucky, you're on hold and you get to hear it.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Get a bonus treat.
Sometimes I hang up after that. I'm like, I'm good.
I don't need to call anymore. This is great. I got my F-bomb. I'm good.
That's good stuff.
Yo, Brett, have you ever listened to Jim Rome? I haven't listened in a while, but back in the day, I used to listen to Jim Rome, and he has a producer or whatever, Alvy, that does all the different sounds and stuff. Okay. And I used to listen to that and love that, how good he was. You were on point with Alvy. The things you drop, the sound bites, the voices. I mean, dude, you do a lot of work on that show.
I do. And I appreciate you recognizing that. I might have heard Jim Rome years ago. I know when he was on TV. I used to watch a little bit of that. I have not heard his radio show recently. So I'll have to check it out. I'd like to hear that. I always get the comparison with Fred Norris from Howard Stern, talking about sound effects and that kind of, taking what's being said and enhancing it. If we're talking about a song, throwing it in there. And obviously we prep, but the majority of stuff that we do is off the cuff. So I love that kind of stuff. I like being prepared, but I also like the off the cuff stuff where, okay, we're going to talk about this. All right. And then I got an idea in my head on where to go. And as the break is going, like I said, if we have a caller that's not going somewhere, okay, let's get the fade out music, the award show music, or I'm just getting ready to play the shut the F up clip, whatever, so that kind of stuff. I love it. We do the same thing every day, but was that
the camaraderie? You know what I mean? Like the camaraderie and all that, to know when you bounce off each other and when to know, when to do all that. You can't have that, because if not, it's going to sound like you're just going to work. You know what I mean? Right. It's going to come out and it's going to sound exactly like that to the listener. You're just going to work, bro. You're spitting this out. You're getting ready to go to break, and that's it.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, and when you work, I'm with the guys in studio. We're in studio on air, 7-8 hours a day. So you better like each other. If you don't, you're going to have a lot of trouble. Now, everybody's just like family, get into little disagreements, or you may think you want to go one way or another way with the way a break goes or something like that. But in general, we all get along, and obviously Monica too. And that's a cool dynamic as well, because she's in Tampa and we're not. We're so far away, they can't see her. The computer that I sit at, I have Phone TV connected. I have the live feed, so I can see her in real time, and so I can see her. The guys don't see her, but sometimes what I try to do too is because I can't see her, I'm not staring at the guys either. So I'm trying to listen and hear how everything's going, so that I'm listening like from a listener perspective. Because it's one thing if you're in the studio and you're just talking, you may talk over each other, that kind of stuff. So it's I'm trying to listen from like a listener perspective. So
you're basically like the Wizard of Oz.
Kinda.
Yeah,
behind the curtain, you're making
he's the guy behind the curtain, man.
Kinda.
Yeah, making everything happen.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. And it's cool that we have Bone TV too. It's another. I wish our camera setup here in New York was as good as when we're in the studio in Tampa. As you know, if you watched it on the boneonline.com with Bone TV, you can watch what's going on in studios. Now with us, we're a separate feed because we're from New York, and we have just a little, corner cam like you'd have in in front of your house or something like that. Surveillance video, that kind of stuff. So we have just the one camera shoot where when we're in the Tampa studio, there's cameras in your face everywhere, and it's a much different setup. But it's cool. But they put it all together. Monica, and they have Gareth, the phone screener, usually in the other corner there. So it's a cool thing where you can thankfully see all of us together. So I'm not just the man, behind the
behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever gotten in trouble for any of the voices or any of the audio bites that you played ever in your career?
No, I don't think so. No, I mean, especially the audio stuff. You'd have to play something. Now, nothing that I played, but there's a story that happened not while I was here. 15 years ago, the station on Long Island got hijacked. The signal got hijacked and played this racist, like dirty racist country song with N-word flying, and there was nothing that they could do. You can look it up. You can see it. You can find it on YouTube.
Was it that one country singer that dropped the N-bomb and now his sales are like through the roof?
Oh, what's his name? That's a Saturday Night Live guy who was on.
Yeah.
No, it was not him. I forget this guy, but this guy was known, I think, for singing this kind of stuff. And whoever hijacked it, they hijacked the signal. I don't think we could do any more. There's protections of it now. So they hijacked the signal, playing the song, and there's nothing the guys could do about it. So, but you're as a listener, you're going, "What's going on? Why are these guys playing this?" So it's on YouTube. You can find it, and they had to come back. They had to apologize, and there was another bit that they did.
Wait, come on. Did you guys get fined for that?
I don't think so. I wasn't here at that. I was right after I left, and and it was just. You hear that audio. It's like, oh my god. That's crazy. The worst part is that kind of stuff is being said, and there's literally nothing you can do. Yeah. I think they eventually had to power the station down quickly. That's like the only option.
You just hit the main circuit breaker. Just turn everything
power button, bro. Like that's what they turn it off.
Shut it down. Let's go. So that's the closest thing as far as like audio. I wasn't there for it. But
is there any video of you guys in studio when it's happened? Because I would love to see the scrambling going on.
No way.
Only thing I can picture is like alarms and stuff going on. Like,
in your head. That's it. That's the only thing that's going on. Thank God I wasn't there for that. But you got to be ready for anything. That's kind of the cool thing too.
You shouldn't have to be ready for that though. That's ridiculous.
You're right. But on an obviously much smaller level, the dump button, that kind of stuff. Always being ready for someone to curse. Always being a step ahead. That's what I like to do. I always like to be a step ahead. Okay, this is where we're going next. Dead guys coming up. Are we do top? I'm always thinking a step ahead. So in that kind of situation, you got to kind of know what to do. But again, you're not expecting that. Having your signal hijacked is such a rarity.
Yeah.
And but
sometimes like our podcast is going so bad, I wish somebody would hijack our shit and make it better.
That'd be great.
Never
Like,
happened.
Oh, no!
please shut it down.
Finally, the podcast is good. I can't believe it.
All this hard work.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Oh man, when did we get kicked out?
Kicked out from where?
We used to call into a San Antonio radio show, and then we kind of took it too far, and then they were like, "Y'all are banned. Y'all can't call in anymore." So we're like, "Okay, well, then we're gonna make a podcast."
What were you saying?
He definitely knows it. He knows the show because their show took over that show on the Bone. So
the Billy Madison show.
Right. They were on the station for a little bit. They were also in our slot, but we had taken over for what's his name? There was a guy after that. I forgot his name. That's terrible. I knew his name for years. See if I can.
I think at the time Drew was at a different time slot, but you guys kind of took over for Billy Madison's slot, basically.
Right. There was a guy in between Billy Madison and us. So Billy, I think he had moved to nights or.
Yeah, they were shuffling them around and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up to see Shannon Burke.
I forgot about Shannon. Oh, right. Yeah. Shannon and Soul Brother was on there too.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Soul Brother was a part of that show for a while too. Correct. And then he joined Drew, and now he's obviously at night with his own show with Mo.
Yeah.
On the Bone. And but yeah, and the guys had met Shannon not too far after, and there's no bad blood. It's the business, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I pretty much think the same thing. Like, eventually, this podcast is probably going to take over Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's got
of course. I was going to say, yeah.
Part of the game, right there. Is what we do.
I'm sure you got very similar numbers, right? Very similar. And Spotify is willing to offer you $100 million. I heard too, just like Rogan. So this is great.
Hey, this give me like 50,000. I'm good,
right?
Look, we go on a budget, man. We don't need that Joe Rogan budget. I'm telling you, we'll help you out.
That's right. You just take 1 million.
That's right.
Just give another 99. We're good with the 1 million. Thank you.
So, Brandon, let me ask you some questions. What about on your regular show, your morning show? What's some of the craziest fan experience? Because you guys used to, I don't know if you ever went, you guys would go over to Vegas and stuff with the fans.
Yeah, I didn't do that. We used to get, only Roger and JP would do that, but I was here when we did the contesting for it. So every year in January, we used to do something called Manuary. We rebrand it, and we would do guy events every year. We go to steak night once a week at a high-end steakhouse with like 10 listeners every week. Nice. We go to the shooting range, go to the strip club. You go, what else did we do? We've gone to hockey games.
Wait, time out.
Damn, that's some badass fan appreciation shit, man. Holy shit.
It was really good.
But T, did you hear that they went to a gun range with crazy fans? Are you out of your mind?
That's why I said, like, that's some badass fan appreciation.
We did this. We crossed our fingers.
I'm not going there.
Right? They're being, God forbid. Woo! Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's thankfully everything worked out as far as that goes. But then we had a grand prize of going to Vegas with the guys for Super Bowl. So they would go for that weekend and then hang out, and they had a ton of fun doing that. And we did a whole bunch of contests leading up to that too. We were just talking about it the other day, like spin the wheel of death, where you have to eat dog food, you have to suck some guy's toenails, you have to shave your eyebrow. What else was there? Eat a spoonful of wasabi, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Shave your chest hair. With wax yourself with duct tape. So we did, all those kind of things. And and so it was all that kind of stuff. So you earned that trip if you went.
Well, see, like now that the way things are going, we can't I mean, I see it on the I hear it on the radio and stuff. Like you can't really do all that stuff anymore. Like things have changed.
Absolutely.
All the cool stuff. The spankings and all that stuff's gone.
Right.
Like bringing in all the crazy stuff.
Now
I feel like now you got to deal with it. Like, all right, we got to build on this camaraderie because we can't go and do all these stunts anymore.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tito, what's happening?
That's not me, bro.
No, it's always you freezing. Don't blame the guest.
Who, me? Am I freezing?
Yeah, you froze up a little bit.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. No problem. You're good now.
I'm good now. You can hear me. You can see me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
What was the last thing you heard?
Yeah.
We didn't hear your next comment at all.
Yeah, as soon as you froze up, I started panicking. I was like, fuck.
All right.
I was like, shut it down, shut it down.
You can hear me now. We're good now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Good. So I was saying I was going to give you guys $1 million if you could give me that keyword that I was just saying, but we froze. So,
it was
limited
camping.
time offer.
Camping. You said it was camping.
If only you said it a few minutes ago. Sorry about that. That's
shit.
So we had
my life right there.
we had an S&M couple in, and that guy was real creepy, man. Real creepy dude. They had this relation, a female listener who was married, and she had this her master, and there was this real older
dude. Wait, time out.
I know.
I don't know. As a white guy, you should be saying that word.
I know, but that's what they called it. That's what they called it, right? I know. What do you call it now? What do you call it? I'm not in the S&M community. What do you call it?
I don't want to say anything.
No, what is it? Dom and sub now, isn't it? Something like
there
that.
You go. All right. So
kidding.
The Dom, the dominatrix guy, and we have video of that too. That's still surfacing around if you search for that on YouTube. And they brought in a whipping host and had this big giant, all these sexual toys and all that kind of stuff, and all these paddles and stuff, and we did that here. We did it in the Bone too a few years ago, and even better, it was on President's Day. So I remember that, like, we were like, should we take off? No, all right, we'll do this on President's Day. And meanwhile, it just had nothing to do with it, but it was like that's when they were available, and it worked out because I can't imagine having the office being open that day and seeing them wheel out these toys. Oh my God! So. Whew. Yeah, so I mean, and that stuff we've kind of backed off on. Yeah, I mean, it's over the past few years, little by little, that kind of stuff has gone away. But you know what? If you relied on that content, it sucks for those types of shows. But even Howard over the years has evolved. Obviously, he still does it from time to time. But you got to make sure you're able to win with your words and conversations and be relatable. Those kinds of things are good for like little spikes, but you got to be able, like I said, the camaraderie, that kind of stuff. You got to be able to build on that on a daily basis.
Yeah. That's like I said, because if not, it just sounds like you're going to work, man. You're spitting out for that long break, and you're gonna go take a piss, get your drink, and come back.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have that. Listeners can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
If you listen for long enough, you can hear like, oh man, I ain't listening to this no more. These dudes are just fucking working, man.
Right.
They mail it in.
It ain't fun no more. Like it used to be fun, and now, man, man. They're just doing the weather, traffic. We're out of here.
Yep.
People on the show are not gelling anymore.
Nah.
Right. And you don't want to, and being in it, you don't want that. Definitely don't want to get to that level. So, because then you're feeling it, and it's like, all creativity stuff, kind of being pushed down, and no good for anybody. So if we, when you have problems with each other, you gotta talk about it. If you have differing opinions and that kind of stuff, no matter on air, off air, you just got to talk about it, and then let it blow away. On to the next thing.
All right. We don't want to hold you too long. I know you're busy. You got to go back to the studio. One of the things I love about you is you do all the voices on the show all the time. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
it's nonstop.
Yeah.
All right. Is it possible for you to do one voice for me today?
Give me whatever you want. Spin the wheel.
This is the scenario I need you to do. I reached out to Mike Calta and see if he can get on a podcast. You know, he didn't respond, which I completely understand. Who the hell wants to do this? Like, I understand he's too busy. He didn't respond back, but if he did respond back, could you tell me what he would say about this podcast?
I got the Calta and Kelly podcast. Well, you know, I'm busy doing that. I got to get up in the morning. I gotta feed the turtle. You know, so I don't have time.
You gotta water the turtle sometimes.
I gotta water the turtle. I gotta give it some lettuce. You know, I gotta take the son to hockey practice. You know, I gotta play with the dog.
So it's not because it's a small shitty podcast. Or?
I mean, no, that's definitely a part of it. That's definitely a part of it. I don't want to, I don't want to waste my time. You know, it's just. You guys are terrible. I can't even do it. You know?
Well, that was too far, dude. That was way too far.
No. I mean, don't take it personally. But you guys are not. You're not going to be. You're no Calta and Kelly.
That is true.
Are you guys on Patreon? You want to be on Patreon?
I can't even spell Patreon. Okay, so
all right. So that's why you guys are here then.
Oh man,
I'm not coming on.
I appreciate your time, Mike Calta. I'm sorry. I
have too many things to do. That's all right. All right. Okay.
Oh man, that was awesome.
No, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you so much.
Good. I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite. And we'll do it again. We'll do it again soon.
Doubt. No doubt, dude. Have a good night.
You got it, buddy. Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Man, I'm dying, dude. That was awesome. Like, no lie, that was awesome. Oh man, hey, you already know, another one in the books, man. Subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on Twitter, all that good stuff, man. Y'all have a